We will discuss the greatest weddings of all time in this video. Before you watch this video, be sure to like it and follow our channel Best for Brides for future updates. The union of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip is regarded as the most significant and well-known wedding in history. The union of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip on November 20, 1947, marked the start of the longest royal union in history. The couple's union was based on love and acceptance, and it lasted the whole late monarch's 70-year reign and then some. When Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark married Prince George in 1934, Elizabeth, then 8 years old, and Philip, then 13 years old, were present. But the princess didn't fall in love with her potential suitor until years later, when she went to Dartmouth Naval College with her parents as a teenager and spent time with the young cadet. She fell in love and stopped looking at other people. With a platinum ring he'd made at Philip Antrobus Ltd. Now Pragnell, using diamonds from a tiara the prince's mother, Princess Alice of Battenberg, had given him, Philip proposed. 2 days prior to the wedding, the newlyweds were honored with a ball held at Buckingham Palace. The event was afterwards remembered as a sensational evening, during which everyone looked bright and cheerful, especially the guests of honor, who were said to be radiant. Prince Philip received new titles just before the couple's wedding, becoming the Duke of Edinburgh, Earl of Merioneth, and Baron Greenwich of Greenwich. They included Prince Philip's uncle, Earl Louis Mountbatten, King Michael of Romania, King Haakon VII of Norway, King Faisal of Iraq, King Frederick IX and Queen Ingrid of Denmark, Princess Juliana and Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, and the hereditary Grand Duke of Luxembourg and Princess Elizabeth of Luxembourg. There were also 5 kings, 5 queens, and 8 princes and princesses among them. The British Life Guards unit served as their escorts as the princess and her father traveled to the location of their wedding in the Irish state coach. It was the first time the regiment has donned its full-dress uniforms since 1939, according to the Royal Collection Trust. The dress, which was constructed of silk and duchesse satin from Scotland, was stunning. It had a 15-foot silk tulle train that fastened at the shoulders and a bodice covered in 10,000 seed pearl and diamante crystals that were arranged to resemble roses, flowers, jasmine blossoms, and wheat ears. According to reports, Hartnell was inspired by the Botticelli artwork Primavera, which serves as a metaphor for the arrival of spring. He later described the dress as the most beautiful dress he had ever created. Elizabeth didn't try it on before her wedding day because she was following the idea that it would be unlucky, according to seamstress Betty Foster, who spoke with The Telegraph in 2007. The Queen Mary fringe tiara that Queen Elizabeth wore atop her head as her something borrowed from her grandmother, Mary of Teck, was the most noteworthy piece of jewelry she wore on her special day. It was originally a fringe necklace that Mary had have it remade into a tiara in 1893. On Elizabeth's wedding day, it appeared to snap. The Queen later stated, "The catch, which I didn't know existed, it immediately vanished. You see, I had no idea it was a necklace. I believed I had broken it. We managed to put everything back together, but I was somewhat alarmed." However, a jeweler at Gerrard was able to quickly fix it, returning the item to the princess under police protection just in time for her wedding. She was stunning on her wedding day in her bridal gown and tiara, according to Lady Pamela Hicks, who spoke to People. And Philip, of course, was every girl's ideal of a Viking prince. A close-up of Princess Elizabeth's bridal shoes, the Rain Ivory Duchess satin self-lined sandals. Small pearls have been added to the silver buckles. The princess accessorized her stunning dress with a pair of ivory duchesse satin heels by Edward Rain. The silver buckle's silver seed pearl embellishments complemented her dress. Elizabeth accessorized her special day with a borrowed tiara, the Queen and necklace, and the Queen Caroline necklace, named for King George II's wife. Both jewelry pieces were given to the princess by her father, King George VI, as a wedding gift. King George VI inherited them from the royal collection. The princess was holding a bouquet made by Fenchurch Street florist Martin Longman using flowers from the Worshipful Company of Gardeners. Prior to the event, Longman kept the design's elements, which included white orchids and a sprig of myrtle, a custom that dates back to Queen Victoria, who received it from Prince Albert's grandmother, a secret. Elizabeth's mother, Elizabeth I, initiated the custom when she did it on her own wedding day in 1923. Elizabeth's bouquet was sent to rest on the tomb of the unknown warrior the morning following the ceremony. Her brother Fergus Bowes, Lyon, who had died 8 years earlier in World War I, was remembered by the act. Princess Elizabeth was presented with a wedding band made of the same Welsh gold as her mother's ring during the ceremony. When they arrived, they famously waved from the balcony to the over 100,000 people gathered outside before entering the ball's supper room and having a more private wedding breakfast for just 146 people. Members of the royal families of Greece, Denmark, Iraq, Norway, Romania, Spain, Yugoslavia, and Sweden were among them, according to the Royal Collection Trust. The choice of partridges was made since, at the time, they were not rationed like other meals, according to McGrady. Bombe glacée Princess Elizabeth, an ice cream dish made with fresh strawberries, was served as dessert to the guests. The out-of-season fruit, which was grown in greenhouses at Windsor Castle, was intended to be a luxury, according to McGrady. Despite the fact that their main cake was already quite large, the newlyweds served an astounding 11 cakes during their breakfast. The 9-foot-tall masterpiece, which was made by McVitie and Amp Price, had 4 layers and weighed 900 pounds, according to the Royal Collection Trust. The groom really cut the cake with his own naval sword, a gift from King George VI, because it was so huge and featured ingredients that came from all over the world. This cake was dubbed the 10,000-mile cake. A silver coin, a thimble, a bell, a button, a boot, and a horseshoe were all displayed on the bottom tier and were intended to bring the newlyweds luck. The couple's leftovers were donated to hospitals, schools, and humanitarian organizations across the kingdom. The Queen Mother showered the pair with rose petals as they departed for their honeymoon at Birkhall at the Balmoral estate in Scotland in an open, drawn carriage. The princess was sitting with her corgi Susan, who could be seen peering out from under a rug, and had changed into a mist blue coat dress by Norman Hartnell. According to Belle's queen consort, Elizabeth and Philip, 60 years of marriage, Elizabeth got from her parents not only the 2 pearl necklaces she wore around her neck, but also a sapphire and diamond necklace and earring set and a pair of diamond Cartier earrings. An antique diamond stomacher, diamond Indian bangle brooches, and a set of ruby earrings that Mary had received from Elizabeth's father for her 59th birthday were among the other jewels that the princess's grandmother, Queen Mary, gave her. She also presented a bookcase to the pair. Royal officials presented the newlyweds with a racehorse, a Kenyan hunting lodge, a TV, a mink coat, a Singer sewing machine, a fridge, and maple furniture for their home in addition to rubies, a 54.5-carat uncut pink diamond, this was from Canada's John T. Williamson, emeralds, and diamonds. Mahatma Gandhi reportedly gave a piece of cotton lace that he had reportedly spun with the words, Jai Hind, which is Hindi for, victory for India, while President Truman reportedly sent a Steuben crystal bowl engraved with the merry, go, round. The young couple also reportedly received 10,000 notes of congratulations and more than 2,500 gifts from their subjects, including 386 pairs of stockings. At the time, they were in limited supply. The husband may have given the bride the biggest present of all, though. Not only did he give her a diamond bracelet he had fashioned and a brooch in the style of a Royal Navy badge with additional diamonds from his mother's tiara, but he also promised his new wife that he would stop smoking, a habit she apparently hated, and kept his word. Nearly 200 million people around the world listened to BBC Radio to broadcast the wedding of the royal couple. Despite not being shown on television, a film of their wedding was also shown in theaters all throughout the nation. What are your thoughts on this video? Please share your thoughts in the section below. Make sure to subscribe to the Best for Brides channel if you want to hear from us again.